Welcome to a special edition of Hawk Talk. I'm your host, Jasmine Capola.
And I'm your host, John Rich. This very special episode will be all about the digital rollout.
What is the digital rollout, John?
The digital rollout includes a brand new Region 16 website and new technology given to students. Here's Mr. Yaman for more information.
What's involved is this. We put together a one-to-one device committee. And by a device, we're talking about a computer that we're going to be giving all students from 6 to 12 after 3 years.
For the one-to-one deployment, one of the things we've decided to do is to give every student a Chromebook along with a hard-cased bag for protection, and the power supply will be included. Beyond that, everything they want to add to the Chromebook is up to them.
We created a link on the website, our new Region 16 website, which I'm very proud of, came out fantastic. It has a one-to-one device rollout link. And there you have student and parent frequently asked questions, you have forms and links, and you also have resources for teachers. So we are promoting the SAM-R model, which is a model of how you utilize devices in the classroom, how teachers utilize it to change their teaching, and how students are going to learn differently. It's really a radical shift in teaching and learning, but it's a shift that's necessary for our kids to acquire 21st century skills and to compete with their peers, to be competitive when they graduate high school. It's no longer what's going on within 30 miles of Beacon Falls and Prospect. It's now what's going on in the world for post-secondary education, for the workforce, and for careers.
The new Region website is up now. It is very functional and convenient.
Emma and Emily have a new Nailed It or Failed It video, and something tells me that they totally nailed it.
Hi, I'm Emma.
And I'm Emily.
And welcome to Nailed It or Failed It with M&M.
This week we're going to be looking at the new Region 16 website.
Here it is.
Let's take a look.
So once you've reached the Region 16 website, you'll be brought to the homepage, which shows you news and media, events, and contact info. And then if you go back to the top, you'll see this directory in the gold letters, and it says district resources, which is a bunch of resources for our district, such as career opportunities, curriculum, all that. You can go to schools, which brings you to each select school, Board of Ed, staff directory, PTO, and contact information.
Up here, there's also our one-to-one initiative, which we've just started. The one-to-one initiative is bringing technology into students' lives more and more daily. Also, if you're a new parent on this website, there's a tab here for parents with parent resources, parent links, student data privacy, and there's also quick links such as school lunch menus, district calendars, and staff directory.
If you go to the schools tab and click on a school such as Wilton Regional, you will be brought to this page, which shows you a bunch of different information. There's a slideshow that can show you some of the environment for the school, some of the sports. If you go over to this little blue box, you can find the program of studies, which can be helpful for finding out courses, athletics, bus info, guidance, library, school forms, information about the school, about the principal. And then you can click on these, and it'll bring you to another page with a bunch of information on whatever you're looking for.
As you can see, the Region 16 website is very helpful for students, staff, and parents to learn all about the different resources in Region 16.
I think we nailed it, Em.
I think so too, Em.
Thanks for watching.
Join us next time for another episode of Nailed It or Failed It with M&M.
By the time this episode airs, another piece of the digital rollout will be taking place.
The sophomores and the freshmen will be receiving Chromebooks.
I know I have many questions about this new technology, and many other students too. So we took some of those questions and got some answers.
The entire rollout is about a $120,000 rollout for the region, which I think is fairly inexpensive. We're not the first region to do it. We're actually a little behind. When you look at regions similar to ours, they've already implemented a one-to-one device, which is some type of computer for the students, and that's at 6 to 12. For parents, there's no direct cost other than an insurance that we're asking parents to pay, and we're really encouraging it. It's only $31 for you to purchase insurance for your student with a Chromebook, and that covers the Chromebook completely. So if there's damage done to it, accidental damage or if it's dropped, so forth and etc., you'll get a replacement piece or part or an entire new Chromebook for only a $31 fee.
We bought not only the Chromebook for every student, the region did, but also the case that it's in. And it's a nice case, but we want the students to keep the Chromebooks in the case. There's no need to ever take it out of the case. That's going to protect it, keep it safe. Also the chargers. Kids were good in the other districts about taking care of their Chromebooks, but their chargers were getting left behind, lost, stolen, things like that. So we very much need for our students to charge their Chromebooks every night at home, leave the charger at home.
Juniors will not receive Chromebooks because, unfortunately, you have to start somewhere. And being fiscally responsible, it wouldn't make sense to us to give a junior Chromebook now. They have it for 1 year and graduate.
Chromebooks are basically a pared-down internet browser, and that's how they operate. Most people use their computers nowadays just on the internet. Less and less people actually use Microsoft Word unless you're in business or school or along those lines. You can get most of your work done just by using a browser, and that's basically what a Chromebook is. So some of the applications that you run on there are limited because it is only in a Chrome browser, but the ability for you to communicate with others, as in Hangouts or uploading videos, is much faster. The battery life is going to be longer. Their ruggedness is a little longer, and for us, their price point is a lot lower.
Expectation. Well, one of our expectations is that students remember to charge them at night at home. Not coming in with your computer charged is like not coming into school with your textbook. It's the student responsibility to have the materials they need to be prepared for class. Middle school kids will not be taking them home once it gets rolled out to the middle school population. They're recycled Chromebooks that we're using, and they'll stay in the school. They're not theirs when they graduate. If we were to give a 6th grade student or a 7th grade student a Chromebook, its life expectancy would be very little after high school. So this way students get a new one in high school, and we're pretty confident that they'll last close to 7 years. So they'll have 3 other years with them that they could utilize. There is no opting out of Chromebooks, nor is there students using their own devices. The reason why we think it's important that you use the Chromebooks we provide for you is we can monitor the site history and we can monitor what sites kids are on.
Another software program, GoGuardian, so that the teacher in the classroom can observe what all the students are doing on their Chromebook. So if you're doing a math lesson and you can notice if somebody's over there, goes on ESPN.com, teacher will know right away, try to refocus that student.
Most common mistake was bringing the device to school not charged or forgetting the device. So I think, establishing those habits right from the get-go are super important. That way you are ready.
The most important piece of information that everyone needs to know is that the Chromebooks need to be charged.
It is imperative that all students with a Chromebook charge their device every single night.
Here's some more vital information.
Well, one of the things that we're really asking parents and students to think about when they take the Chromebooks out is signing up for the insurance plan. It's a great deal at $30 for coverage for the year, and it covers everything from broken screens to missing keys. Without it, then parents and students are going to be responsible for the full replacement cost of the unit. Chromebooks are considered a tool or a textbook or anything else that a teacher would give them to be prepared for class. And in such a way, if you forget your Chromebook, a teacher has every right to hold you accountable. So if they have a participation grade or a preparation grade and you don't have your Chromebook, you can be held accountable in that way. Now, if you do forget your Chromebook, we will have additional ones on hand, but if you're forgetting it every day, you're probably going to have different consequences that will happen to you because you're not prepared for class or school every day.
Okay. I see my role as being a support person for both staff and students. My knowledge in use of the Chromebooks, I think it will be helpful to staff to make sure that they get acclimated on how to use this new device. I think I can help them with planning, to integrate it into the curriculum that they're currently teaching. I also see myself as a resource for students when they're having issues or better understanding, the device itself, connectivity issues. I can be that liaison to help them, become more comfortable and know how to use the Chromebook as best they can.
As far as the rollout goes, it's all about how you use the Chromebooks as a tool, a teaching tool. It really shouldn't detract from the teaching. It's actually going to enhance it. It may change the nature of certain projects, but really it's just another tool in teaching.
One of the things we're hoping with the one-to-one rollout to benefit students is giving them more access to the technology instead of having to hunt it down or to share it. A lot of schools use a BYOD, a bring your own device program, and several students use their phones. So one of the things that we're looking for is that each one of the students with the one-to-one deployment will have a universal tool that they will be able to use from teacher to teacher, class to class, and they'll have easier access.
Parents and teachers might have concerns on how this new technology will be implemented into the classroom.
Chromebooks have many useful features to assist students in ways that we never thought were possible. Students can now work on the same exact paper in 2 different towns.
With more cool features, here's Mr. Amata.
Chromebooks have their own operating system, which sometimes limits the ability to run applications that normally run only on PCs or Macs. But they do have their own suite of applications for processing and for spreadsheets called the Google Suite. So there will be a writing package and a math package and a slide package that they're allowed to go and develop basic lessons as if they had Microsoft Office. Other programs such as Adobe Suites, like for Adobe Premiere, there's WeVideo. For Photoshop, there's Pixlr, Pixlr.com. So there's a lot of different opportunities that developers are online of making adaptable to the Chromebook. So there's going to be a lot of apps and extensions that students will be able to use to get their work done. Once you give a teacher another tool, another avenue to innovate, it'll be interesting to see where the integration goes. They're going to have that ability to dream or develop new opportunities for the students to develop and to apply the skills that they're teaching them in class. So the sky's the limit at this point, and this way here it's going to help the teachers decide where to develop those skills or to allow the students to showcase them.
The IT department is installing a web camera for me to use on the smart board, so that way we can do some virtual learning. What's nice about the Chromebooks is that there's a web camera built in that as well, so you could definitely participate in Google Hangouts and virtual, field trip type of opportunities, connect with other classrooms, whether it's here in Connecticut or across the country or across the world. I'm also going to be implementing Google Cardboard for some virtual reality learning experiences. So, I'm hoping that all students and even staff members bring their classes here, to kind of expand their thinking. They can bring their Chromebooks and do, coding and computer science, like I said, invention and creation. Just kind of, take it to the next level, and providing an area and a space for that, I think, is only going to help to kind of encourage, and broaden thinking. Technology has really taken off, and this is a great opportunity for Region 16 students and staff. It's really a gift from the taxpayers of Prospect and Beacon Falls to be given this opportunity to have technology at their disposal.
Important. Number one, I really hope that students, parents, and our staff go to the website, click on the one-to-one device, take their time. It'll take you about 45 minutes to read through it, gather the information, use it as a resource. Number two, change is tough for everyone, and this is a radical change. However, this is a well-needed change. If we're going to ask our kids to perform at their highest level, and we're going to ask our teachers to improve their practices to the highest level, the incorporation of technology is inevitable. You can't function today in the world. I don't care if it's the workforce, if it's college, if it's at your home. Technology is everywhere. We're using it, and our kids need to begin using it so that they become the consumer of their own information and of their learning. So I'm excited. And, we're not reinventing the wheel here. Most of the other regions or towns that we talk to, as we try to get as much knowledge as possible, this has been around for a number of years. Some of the blue ribbon middle schools in the state of Connecticut have had one-to-one devices for the last 5 years, and 6th to 8th grade students have been using it. So I think it's long overdue. I think it is a large investment, not only in money, but also an investment in resources so that our staff, our students, and our parents are comfortable with this implementation. But I think it's needed if our kids are going to perform at the highest level. So thank you, and thank you for taking the time to meet with me today.
This new technology is most certainly going to be a benefit to all students and teachers.
We hope we answered all your questions. If you have any more questions, don't hesitate to ask anyone who was featured in this video. I'm John Ridge.
And I'm Jasmine Capola.
Tune in next time for some more Hawk Talk.